Hey guys, welcome. It's AHS Day. I'm so excited. Okay, so we have two episodes tonight. We have episodes 7 and 8. I am so excited. Adam, it is so great to see you. Thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate it. Allie, thank you so much for being here as well. Cammie, of course, always here. Thank you, darling. Blaze, hello to you. Chase, you are so awesome. Thank you so much for watching the videos. I appreciate it. Hello to the Alpha. The Alpha is here, y'all. All bow down to the Alpha. And if you guys don't know, if you want to watch AHS tonight, now I might have to kind of stop myself from being so obvious about it. If you guys knew the trouble that I had uploading the last 3 videos to my channel, you would understand. I swear it's like YouTube has something against me. I started Saturday trying to upload videos, and I got hit with copyright strikes for episode. Let's see, we just had 5 and 6. I got a copyright strike for 5, and I don't like to release them out of order, so I had to go back and fix 5. Once 5 was done and actually uploaded, I had to go and do 6 now. And I was following the exact same rules that I followed before. I guess I don't want to get a copyright strike now. Let me turn down the music. I was following the exact same rules as before, and I just didn't understand how I was getting all these freaking copyright strikes on my videos. So I assume maybe YouTube hates me due to the fact that I'm supplying us with some pretty good information. So it would really help me out if you guys would make sure that you're subscribed and that you like the video. I would be very grateful to you. Thank you so much. And if you are watching, hello, Mom. I love you. I miss you. Happy belated anniversary to you and Dad. I know we still talked on that day, but today is the actual live stream. And I just want to say my parents, if my father had been alive for the rest of this year, my parents would have been married for 53 years. So, I only hope that I can be married to my sweet Blake that long. So, hello, Cohen from Belgium. Oh, hello, darling. I hope you are having a wonderful day. And I do hope that that link works for you if you are able to click on it and use it. Cammie says she is behind on 2 episodes. Okay, so darling, you might not want to watch this one because we're going to be talking about episode 6 or episode 7 and 8 and what we think is really going to happen in them. And thank you guys for your support and your love regarding the Patrick is Big Daddy theory video. I always talk to Debbie. I always kind of make sure things are okay first with my admins. And I usually talk to them about it first before I actually post certain things. And I remember talking to Debbie at one point about a video that I was going to post and making sure that they thought it was okay. Because I was worried that people would get angry at it. I'm playing a little silly putty right here. And Debbie was like, why would people get angry? Like, people get angry all the time. And that Patrick video got me so many Karens. It was hilarious. My kids and I actually had a great time going through the comments of the Karens who were just so hilarious. So yeah. And I got to talk to you. Okay. Yes, absolutely. I am so behind in Beyond the Horror, guys. I sincerely apologize about that. I will catch up this week. I'm going to do the reviews first, and then we're going to catch up on Beyond the Horrors this week. So I don't understand why my hair is doing this right here. It's like that one hair that just wants to act like a jerk. So, but I don't want to put my hair up because it actually looks really pretty and oh, okay. Now it's not like, okay. I guess if I mess with it, that piece is going to come back and like stick out. So I guess I should stop messing with it. Anyway, Travis, it is so great to have you. Zach, that guy, thank you so much. I am so glad that you made it too. Cohen says, you're so amazing. So glad I'm doing theater so I can finally watch you. You rock, girl. So loved by by your community, our community. I love it too. It's the best community because everybody loves everybody. Chase says, do you think Patrick has split personality like United States of Terra show? You know, I don't think it's split personality. No, nothing like schizophrenia because he actually has hallucinations. Split personality and schizophrenia, yes, there are certain things like delusions, but not hallucinations. So DID is really the only one that actually fits for it. So we're going to see. Do you guys think they're going to reveal Big Daddy's backstory tonight? And don't forget, of course, if you guys want to watch episodes 7 and 8, you certainly can. There is a link for it in the comments in here. And then, of course, once the video processes, I will put the comment again and pin it into the top about a link that you guys can actually go and check it out. So thank you. Thank you so much, Cami, for your super sticker. I really appreciate it, darling. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, so you guys can absolutely watch the show tonight, and let's go on ahead and let's start speculating about what's going to happen tonight. Hello, Maureen. It is so great to have you here. Thank you so much for being here with us. Blaze says, I love the asylum connection. It is. It's like getting really insane right now. I mean, sometimes, and I just want to also say, too, is that we have to also understand that we're depending on unreliable narrators. Same thing that happened with last season. And I can't believe please forgive me, AHS fandom, for mentioning that awful season. But the first 5 episodes of Red Tide, they they didn't answer really a lot of what they should. But what they did, it would have came in these episodes. So I expect episodes 7 and 8 to be really good tonight, like they were last week. When they pulled out that whole thing with that Sentinel, I thought that was awesome. And I know somebody, I think that was my sweet Chase, was asking about episode titles. Episode 7 is titled The Sentinel. And I do apologize. It was the last minute and I don't have episode 8 in front of me. I know episode 9 and 10 are Requiem 1981/1987. But episode 7 is titled The Sentinel, and it says that Patrick's search reaches an epic conclusion. The group shifts its focus, but a different plan is in store for Hannah. Gosh, she better be okay. Hannah and that baby better be all right. But, you know, I was going through my channel comments, and I was shown by a lot of you guys by a couple of you that Hannah's having Adam's baby, so she would be infected. And that was my argument. And Patrick is Big Daddy, the theory video. I was like, Hannah saw, Big Daddy, so how she's not infected. But then somebody reminded me in the comments that yes, she is. She's having Adam's baby. So it would make sense that Hannah is infected. And Fran, I'm sorry. I don't know why I think her name is Faye. I am so sorry. But Fran, her girlfriend in the last episode, her girlfriend was scratching the spot and her girlfriend had it. Of course, if that's her girlfriend, somebody that she commonly is with or somebody that maybe she's just been with once. So I am so scared because I realized, oh my God, the people who have been infected with it absolutely have been seeing Big Daddy, because we know Patrick has it. Okay. And we know Whiteley has it. We know Sam has it. Though it's weird why Big Daddy doesn't go after Sam and Sam has it. So I don't know. We're going to have to find out. Hopefully the show will show us tonight. You know what I mean? Cohen says your Big Daddy theory is so like my thoughts. I love this season. Different, but so amazing. Right? Chase is asking, question, do you think the experiment guy with glasses, oh, so talking about Whiteley, is a descendant of Dr. Arden from season 2? Well, we have to find his mother first. Now, a lot of you guys in the comments were saying something to me about Kathy possibly being Whiteley's mother. And I don't think, I mean, I love the idea, but I don't think it's possible because Henry, when he confronted Whiteley with that information in order to make him do the dismemberment, he said, look, either you're going to do this or, just don't make me, I'm going to have to tell your mom, if you don't do what I say. And what's she going to think whenever she finds out about her son? So if Kathy was his mother, I don't think Kathy would give a shit if her son was gay. She runs a bathhouse, a gay bathhouse, and a tarot card / psychic shop. I don't think Kathy would have one fuck to spare if Whiteley was her son and that was his secret. Yeah, absolutely. She would have a fuck to spare if she found out that her son was a killer. Yes, but I don't think she would care if her son was gay. So using that threat against him leads me to think that it's definitely not Kathy. It's somebody that they're going to show us in the next couple of episodes. And I'm thinking maybe she's a politician. That's what I'm thinking about Whiteley's mom. Is she's a politician or she's some kind of important person in the town in New York City. So Mrs. T says, no, not the baby. I know. Nothing bad better happened to Hannah and her baby. I just want Hannah, the baby, Adam, Theo, and Gino, those 5 to make it out. Don't do us like you did to us. HS. Don't do it. Mrs. T says everybody is infected. And that would be what a really good thing to actually incorporate, because Zach is asking about deers. And Stephen, I'm so glad you're here for the chat. I saw your comments today when I was going through comments. So I'm glad to see you here in the live stream. I am also wondering about the deers. Now, what I'm thinking is that the ticks from the deers from Fire Island are what's spreading it. I mean, that's what I'm honestly thinking that the deers with the antlers is that it's representational of the ticks that are being spread. And that is inadvertently how it is all being spread. I'm sorry. God, I'm scratching myself like Gino and Patrick. Oh my God. But yeah, I really think that it is the ticks that Fran had indicated before, that ticks are infected. They get off the island and they are starting to infect people. It's starting to spread from the island and now into the city. So, I mean, that's what I think. I just don't know if so it could be. Blaze is saying, what if by the end of the season the baby becomes mutated? Dude, that would be so AHS. That would be so AHS. Travis said The Sentinel is also a 1977 movie. Great movie, guys. If you haven't seen it, I'm glad Travis brought it up. It is a great little scary movie. I saw it a long time ago when I was a kid. I saw it recently. When I say recently, I say about maybe 6 months ago. But it is a great movie. Travis says it's about a young woman who's in an apartment in a building which houses a sinister evil and a sinister secret. The Sentinel, I really am excited for this episode tonight. We'll move on to talk about episode 8 in a minute, but I am really excited to see this tonight because I really want Hannah and her baby to be okay. And I want to know what happens with Patrick. I'm hoping that Patrick is going to come face to face with his DID and then realize, oh, I'm Big Daddy. But I do promise you guys, if they don't address the secret of Big Daddy tonight, I will absolutely make a part 2 of that theory video in order to address a lot of the questions and doubts, because I do apologize when I was... Okay, I had all 3 of those videos ready to go. And because YouTube was being such a pain in the butt, I had to alter a lot of the videos. And so by the time I got to the theory video and they had struck me, I had to cut some pieces out. And I had accidentally cut out where I had talked about that Sam and Patrick killed the guy together and, Billy, and that was the trauma that turned him into Big Daddy. And that Big Daddy, what everybody is seeing isn't necessarily Patrick. It's just what Patrick thinks of himself. So it's absolutely something that I will go back to. But I don't want to spoil the end of the Sentinel because the ending, the big secret, the big reveal is one of the best parts of the movie. So I definitely don't want to um give that away. But if that were true, who do you guys think would be the Sentinel in this episode? Who do you think will be the one to carry on Mr. Whiteley's desires? Stephen is asking, do we all agree that the infection is HIV? It simply has to be given the era of time. I agree, Stephen. Unless it's some sort of new, weird little bubonic plague that they're going to try to bring at that time. I am saying, yes, I agree that it's HIV. The show, since they haven't told us, I'm still in doubt. But when I talk about it in theories and everything, I simply say HIV because that's honestly what I assume it is. And it also looks a lot like it. And Hannah was talking about KS cancer, which is what they thought it was whenever AIDS first came out. It was just really, there's so many similarities that I completely agree that they are talking about HIV. Chase says, so true. Thanks, Mary. I do like Kathy in this season. Me too. I love her character. I love how she has this psychic power. Steven says, unless they don't name it HIV, since it's a sensitive subject, but I would be very surprised. Ali Vania is saying, don't mess with the baby. Not the baby. Yes, that's true. Also waiting for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Cohen is asking if I got a chance to see Cruising yet. No, I haven't. I think I saw it I'm sorry, this is my favorite Nirvana song. I haven't seen Cruising. I saw it a long time ago. I haven't seen it anytime recently. And so there's no Blockbusters or anything anymore. You've got to either buy it or you've got to rent it digitally. And I like putting things on my TV with my sound system, blowing the neighborhood out of the water. So unless I can do it that way, I'll wait until I can actually find it at a pawn shop for $1. Steven says, I don't believe Big Daddy is real. Okay. I think the only people who see Big Daddy are those who are infected. And the only thing I don't understand is how we could have started the club fire. I know. And that was a really big thing too for me, Steven. I was like, where does the club fire fit in all of this? Because it really doesn't make much sense. Why would he do that? So I absolutely agree with that. It does not make any sense. And if any of you guys can think about that in the comments, just let me know. Chase says the deer might be connected to season 10, part 1. Lyme disease. Yeah, Doris was really nervous about ticks, Lyme disease, and all that stuff. So maybe. Maureen says if the disease is spread, the deer could spread their ticks. Maybe the island is the test site. Gotcha. Yes, thank you, Blaze. A lot of stuff like The Watcher and Dahmer, they were renewed for another season on Netflix, which I don't know what else they can do for Dahmer. Maybe they can do like the rest of Dahmer's life, but it was cut really short after he went to prison. So I don't know. Zach says Billy Lord mentioned the deer needed killed or something because they were licking all the empty beer bottles, but it's not spread through saliva. Right. I would think it's through the ticks that are on their skin. The Alpha says, I wonder if his mother is a religious figure. Something as we had in season 2 reference with Scathach. Okay, gotcha. That would be a really good one, Alpha. Steven says, the reason I believe the infection is HIV is because of the low red blood cell count. Yes. And when Billy mentioned, or Hannah, mentioned in the beginning about the KS cancer, that was the same thing. Men were starting to come up with sarcoma, starts with a K, sarcoma, and they thought it was just like a new type of cancer. I'm sorry, somebody's calling. Putting them away. And they thought it was, cancer. So yes, Stephen, I fully agree with you too. They really do. And the discolorations, the abrasions on the skin, things like that. And the way it wears the body down, it does make sense that it would actually be HIV. Chase is asking if the Angel of Death is still played by Frances. Nope, she is not. Mrs. T asks if Patrick would really lose it if he is Big Daddy. I know, that would be wonderful. Oh, thank you so much, Disco Ball Glitter, which you've got an awesome name. Thank you. I pulled up Hulu to get a synopsis and a title for you guys. But Hulu is once again drunk, and they only have episode 7 showing right now, and that is going to air tomorrow. Guys, don't forget, if you want to watch AHS, don't forget to go to that link that I have posted so that way you guys can actually watch it. I just hit it again. But like I said, they hit me with so many copyright strikes on those videos, and it made me think that it's because I'm handing out the link because I was following the exact same rules as before. And I don't understand what I wasn't doing anything different. They would even strike. So just for example, I can't have a clip longer than 10 seconds. So if this clip was shorter than 10 seconds, and in between like 5 to 15 seconds in between the first clip and the second clip, like if there was a 15-second interval, then it's okay. I could use both of those clips. But that's not the case anymore. I would have 9-minute clips of just one little clip of just one little section, and they would copyright it. I didn't understand why. And then they shorten that time span. So instead of 5 to 15 seconds, it's got to be 30. So I had to go through and just fix so much stuff got taken out. And thank you guys for all of your help and your support. All of your likes and your subscriptions help on the channel greatly. So thank you very much. So thank you, Disco Ball Glitter, for telling me about Fire Island. So hopefully we'll get more information on that. Maybe they'll find the body. We'll see. Zach says, how cool would it be for Big Daddy to be the pre-Antichrist before Tate's Ghost Kid? That would be pretty cool, actually. Maureen says, if Sarah is supposed to be in the season, she's not in the credits. So maybe she'll be like a guest, is probably what she's saying. I don't think, Maureen, she's going to be in here. And if she does, you need to look at the credits whenever it opens for special guest stars. That's where you'll see it. It'll say special guest star, Sarah Paulson. And that's what you want to look for. So I know I look through it whenever every episode comes up, because that tells you so much about the episode who's going to appear. So absolutely. Justice for Doris, says the Alpha. Absolutely. Chase says Lana is taking this year off, but she might be back next year, right? Mrs. T said the fire could have been started out of fear or to throw people off, like from Big Daddy. Certainly could. Okay. Blaze says, what if this season isn't real? It's just one of Harry's books. If you're trying to get me, Blaze, from last season, everybody thought that what was going on in Red Tide was in Harry's books, and then what was going to happen in Death Valley was going to be Harry's book. That's funny. That's a good throwback. Thank you, Blaze. But it could be. This season could have been Harry's book or one of Lana's books. Maureen says, thanks. I thought I heard she would be back this season. Nope, she is really busy. Steven says, what do we think the connection is with Big Daddy's mask being with the exact same mask suffocated? Exactly. So suffocated in the body. So Billy was wearing the exact same mask, which is why I do think Patrick is Big Daddy, and that mask, is kind of like a representation of his guilt. And that's why he sees it. It's kind of a mixed part with like Hulk smash and the guilt of Billy. And that's what it represents. And that's why he's just so big and buff, because that's what he thinks of himself. So anyway, I absolutely think that is the connection, Stephen. I honestly thought, Stephen, that maybe the person that was stalking them was Billy, but it didn't make sense. Billy wasn't that big. And I mean, I guess it would make sense because Patrick was the one who killed him. Sam was the one who saved him from, who stopped Patrick. Patrick was the one, though, so it would make sense in that sense that would make sense in that sense. Listen to me. I'm sorry. It would make sense in that the ghost would be getting revenge on Patrick and Wyatt doesn't hate Sam. But the episode showed us that Sam pulled a gun out and stopped Patrick from trying to save his life. And Patrick was like, we got to call an ambulance. We've got to do something to save this kid. And Sam was the one who was like, no, So if you do look at it, it was Patrick who tried to save his life. And it was Sam who was like, we're going to bury the body. We're going to call somebody and we're going to take care of this body. So that's why I thought, okay, so it definitely can't be Billy, because if it was Billy, then he would be pissed off at Sam and not Patrick. Patrick was the one who wanted to do the right thing. And Sam was like, oh, no, I don't want to do the right thing. I want to call the wolf. So yeah, I definitely think Billy absolutely has something to do with it. And we'll just see. Okay. She was talking about Sarah Paulson. So I want Freddy Krueger on a season of AHS. I just want a movie with Freddy Krueger, definitely, where he's not crappy. Allie says, oh God, if it's one of Harry's books, I will start crap after getting hit by a car Saturday. Oh my God, Allie. And Saturday, I'm not in the mood for tomfoolery. P.S. I'm okay and car is luckily drivable. Well, I hope you were able to sue this person who hit you. So I hope you are doing well, darling. Okay, so I don't have a synopsis. Let's see. I can't even spell either. Hang on. Let me just... Episode 8. Synopsis. All right. I'm sorry, my microphone is right here on my keyboard, so I'm trying to... Okay. Okay. So let's see. TV Acute. TV Acute is talking about 7 and 8. All right. The Sentinel Fire Island. The plot summarizes the horrific experience that occurred on Fire Island causes the gang to become fractured, the Scooby Gang to become fractured. And they were forced to reevaluate everything. Okay. Hold on. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so the synopsis for episode 8 is terrifying events at Fire Island rupture the group and force them to reconsider everything. So this could be whenever we do get that, who Big Daddy is. So I am hoping we'll get an answer. And the Sentinel, I am really excited for that episode because Our Lady J is writing. Our Lady J wrote episode 7 and 8. Manny Cotto did episode 7, and Charlie Carver wrote with episode 8, I think, with Ned Martell and Our Lady J. So I'm not sure, but we've got some good writers. They haven't let us down so far, guys. I don't want to believe that they're going to let me down in episode 7 and 8. So I don't know if I'm making a big mistake tonight by going in with good expectations, or if I'm stupid for going in with good expectations. So I don't know, should I go in with low expectations or high? I don't know. I kind of think I'm at the point now where I'm really trying to expect nothing and just let them surprise me. Patchouli Joe, hey, darling, it is so great to see you. Thank you for being here. No, tonight is not the finale. Next week is the finale. And don't forget, guys, if any of you need to watch the show, the link is in the description. Okay. So, I am so excited for tonight, guys. So the episode starts in 2.5 hours. It is basically 6:30 for me right now, and the episode starts at 9 p.m., and that is all Central Standard Time. So 2.5 hours from now, American Horror Story will actually start. I'm really excited for it. Now, do you think they're going to tell us who Big Daddy is? Do you think that the Sentinel is actually going to be given at the Pride Parade? I mean, do you think this is now 2 weeks later and it's the Pride Parade? because that's whenever Patchouli Joe, I am so glad you are here. And I hope you're doing well and I miss you. Okay. So what do you guys think? I mean, I'm really definitely thinking that something is going to come to a head with one of our killers. So either Mr. Whiteley or Big Daddy. And it'll either come to a head with one of them, and then the final 2 episodes we're going to cover and get the end with the whole HIV AIDS epidemic that the show has actually been putting onto it. So Blaze says I watch it the next day because I work till 10:30. Oh, well, Blaze, they show it twice. Okay, so guys, I apologize. I forgot to tell you. It starts at 9 o'clock, episode 7, and then episode 8 starts at 10. And then they re-air episode 7 again at 11. And then at midnight, they'll do episode 8. So you have full 4 hours to watch episode 7 and 8 if you would like to tonight. So absolutely, you guys help yourselves and try to watch it if you can. And yeah, and like I said, they repeat it immediately after they show it live. So absolutely, for the no problem for the link, Chase. Enjoy it. I hope they tell us these are not the last 2 episodes tonight. No. These are not the final one. So I'm really glad about that. We have still 4 episodes to go. Isn't it weird, guys? Did y'all like having the 2 episodes every week? I enjoyed it because I enjoyed having 2 episodes to watch rather than just one. So in that aspect, I highly enjoyed it. However, from a YouTuber's perspective, I am so behind. YouTube struck me so hardcore this year for American Horror Story. It was so hard to get my videos out in time. And then due to cheer, choir, band, all that stuff for my kids, after school science programs, it was really hard to do those 2 reviews. And then when I would put them out, and by the time I would get through all the copyright strikes, I then want to do my theory videos, but then all of a sudden it's Wednesday again and I wouldn't get out what I wanted. So, by the way, happy birthday to our queen, Ryan Murphy, guys. Today is Ryan's birthday. So happy birthday to our lovely queen, Ryan Murphy. You guys want to know what movies I have been watching. So, Blaze, you are so sweet. I just want to say I went to Half Price Books the final week of Halloween to see what Halloween movies they had, maybe that they put on clearance. And they had a bunch of Blu-rays without cases. They were just in like plastic sleeves and they were for $1. So I got so many Game of Thrones. They were extras, actually, because I already have Game of Thrones on Blu-ray, but I just got them since they were just $1. It was $1 for the entire season on Blu-ray. So I got extras in case I lost a Blu-ray or something broke or whichever, just backups for extra. They had Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They had Glass. They had a whole bunch of kids movies. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic the last time I went to Half Price Books. And with my kids watching with me lately, I've been watching a lot of Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler, such as like 50 First Dates, Never Been Kissed, Waterboy, and Drew and Adam have done a lot of movies together. I just can't pop them off the top of my head, but I've been watching a lot of them with my girls. So yeah, that's just what I've been doing this week. But I got from, Cohen, you are so sweet. Thank you dearly for the $50 super sticker. I will absolutely dedicate my next video to you. Thank you so much. Let me go on ahead and print the screen so that way I know properly how to spell your name and give proper love to you. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Guys, I understand that a lot of you are not able to do that, and that is perfectly fine. I just ask if you wouldn't mind liking the video and subscribing if you can. That really helps me. So yeah, I've been watching like From Dusk Till Dawn season 1. They had that in the stack. Like I said, these had absolutely no cases. They were all in the sleeves. So I absolutely do not mind having Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Glass, and all those wonderful movies like just in a little clear plastic sleeve. You know, I can get like a little CD thing that I can stick them in. But I usually like to have my movies like all beautiful and perfect. So the fact that I can't do it kind of makes me a little sad. But I absolutely adore scary movies. I love collecting them. I love collecting books. Those are the two big things I collect. Oh, and I collect a bunch of Nirvana stuff. When I actually came back from Half Price Books, I had some Nirvana, some new music from Nirvana. I mean, I know it's not new, sorry, but CDs. Pay for them. And he was like, wait, baby, don't you already have all these? It's like, you have all, why did you buy things that you already have? And I said, well, I do need some to go into the car. And he says, well, wait a minute. I saw Nirvana CDs in the car yesterday. I said, well, the kitchen. I need them in the kitchen. I can't help it. Whenever it's Nirvana, I absolutely lose my mind over it. So, yeah, Nirvana and Foo Fighters, absolutely. Yes. Chase says, Mary, you have 765 videos. I liked them all. When I rewatched every episode, it took me 3 weeks. That is fan dedication, Chase. I love you. Thank you so much. That is fan dedication. So is Cohen. So thank you all so much. Everybody who just shows up to the streams, I really appreciate it. Cohen, I will absolutely put out a new video and do something special for you. Thank you so much. Again, that was very, very sweet. So let's talk about predictions for tonight, okay? I'm getting a little hungry. And I need to take care of some things with my children, put them down. But first, before AHS starts, because my kids will come in and they'll want to watch it with me. And normally I wouldn't mind because they're getting older. But not this season. Not this season. I don't think this season is for them. It's for like my 16-year-old, but not like my, preteens. So, yeah. But yeah, we've got like 2.5 hours until AHS, and I am really excited. So let's definitely move in to some speculations about this episode. Now, I definitely think Patrick's search reaches an epic conclusion. He's going to discover he is Big Daddy. And I know what you're saying. Give it up. Give it up. I know that's what Steven is saying in the comments. I know that's what Steven's saying. He's so sweet. He tolerates me. He's so sweet. But I really honestly think that something big is going to come with Patrick tonight. He is going to reach that epic conclusion of realizing that he's Big Daddy. But if that's not what happens, I feel that Patrick's epic conclusion is that he's a dickhead. I mean, seriously, he's an awful, evil, mean person. And Gino does not deserve that. So, in my opinion, what could be this epic conclusion is that Patrick just decides to say, fuck everything, and just embraces who he is. He's a leather-loving daddy. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. In 2022. In 1981, oh, there was everything wrong with that. Okay. So I absolutely understand what he's been going through and how he's been having to keep everything a secret. Oh, sorry. Me saying I know what he's going through. No, I've never had to keep a secret like that before. So I don't know what he's going through. However, I don't know. Just Patrick seems so tense and so at a point where he does look like his character is going to explode. And I definitely think that's going to happen tonight. All of his secrets are going to spill out, just like, a cheerleader that does a cartwheel and all the rings fall out. It's going to be the same thing for Patrick. He's going to squat and all of his secrets are just going to come right TF out, and yeah. And the group reshifts their focus, it says, but a different plan is in store for Hannah. So, okay. When they say the group, I'm thinking that they mean Gino, Patrick, Sam, Henry, Adam, Theo, Hannah, Fran. I think of those 8 people. So I would think that that means that this is where they reshift their focus is where they're going to go after Mr. Whiteley. So instead of worrying about the virus and Big Daddy or any of that stuff, that they're going to instead shift their focus on Mr. Whiteley, Henry, and getting Henry back and exposing Mr. Whiteley for what he's been doing. But I say a different plan that is going to be is in store for Hannah. She'll start going into labor because I think it is so cute. You can totally see how Billy Lord's pregnancy is progressing through the season. In episode 1, you couldn't even really see that she was pregnant. Of course, then again, they really didn't do those shots with her where you could see her cute little baby bump. But it started to become way more obvious as the season goes along. And as the episodes go along, Hannah, her little baby is getting bigger. Now, last episode, which I'm sorry, it was probably not the last one. It was probably episode 5, where Adam went to meet Hannah or surprise Hannah at the doctor's office for the sonogram. She said she was only 4 months. Now, her tiny little tummy, unless she's carrying twins, I don't think Hannah is 4 months. So I think the different plan that's in store for Hannah could be that Hannah has to go to the hospital because something happens with the baby, or Hannah has to go to the hospital because her research has hit a breakthrough. So that's what I think is going to happen to Hannah. What do you guys think in regards to episode 7? Oh, all the rings fall out. I'm sorry. Allie, I just didn't want to be using poor taste, poor jokes. So just think of a slutty cheerleader doing a cartwheel. Just think of a really slutty cartwheel. A really slutty cheerleader doing a cartwheel with the rings falling out. You'll catch it. Has anyone seen Whiteley with Big Daddy together? We haven't seen his body under his clothes. Well, Mr. Whiteley and Big Daddy, I honestly thought, Maureen, when I did my theory video, that Big Daddy burned down the club because Whiteley was in there. And that was my original thought. I'm like, well, that wouldn't make sense. He had plenty of time then to kill Mr. Whiteley if he knew that he was the guy dismembering all the other young men. So it wouldn't make sense. Why wouldn't he just kill him before? Why would he kill all these innocent people if he's just trying to kill Mr. Whiteley? So it didn't really make sense to me, but I think that Whiteley and Big Daddy somehow are, I want to feel that they're connected, but I don't know. Something inside me says that they're not. That they're sort of like Richard Ramirez and Mr. Jingles. You know, they're appearing in the same season, almost fighting each other, but they're not together. You know, I know at one part they were. You know, I understand that, but we're just going to cut that little part out of my theory. So we're gonna make this happening. So yes. Cohen says, I lived in the 80s and I can assure you it was dark and kinky. LOL. Right? I was born in the 70s and I grew up in the 80s. So absolutely. Chase says maybe Patrick and Big Daddy are twins. Dude, seriously, except Big Daddy would like be his built, like beautifully big built twin, you know, like fraternal twins, the ones that don't look alike. So Pachulia Joe says, I love how Patty is the Jessica Lange and Lady Gaga of this season. Such a diva. I can't even deal. I agree. Patty has made this season incredibly wonderful. I absolutely agree with you there, Pachulia Joe. Yes. She's been wonderful. Now, predictions for episode 8. It says, again, terrifying events at Fire Island rupture the group and force them to reconsider everything. When it says terrifying events, I would assume that maybe the group goes to Fire Island for some reason. Maybe after they handle things with Mr. Whiteley. Maybe they go to Fire Island because something has been, I guess it all really depends on what's going on with episode 7. But I do think that Sam Gino and all of them definitely do go back to Fire Island, especially Hannah, because that's where they start realizing that that's where the virus is coming from. And it forces them to reconsider everything. Like the reconsidering means their lives. They know they're going to die. They all, and I think that is so sad that the show is insinuating that everybody who gets this virus is going to die. Because sadly, this was in 81. And if you did get HIV or AIDS, it was a death sentence because they did not have medications, they didn't have funding, and they didn't even have people who wanted to give a shit about the problem. So, wow. I am really excited for tonight, guys. I don't know about you. Oh my God, I am so excited. Oh, God. Oh, yes, I know. Patty is awesome. Maureen says, I forgot Whiteley was in the bar. Yeah, he sent Adam and Theo a Mai Tai. He sent them both Mai Tais, which made me wonder, what was he going to do with them? If Whiteley was going to drug Adam and Theo, what was he going to do with them? He had two guys. In my opinion, from what I can see, he's never drugged two people at one time before. The two guys in the elevator were different, though I don't understand how two guys took over one. I don't know. Maybe because my dad always taught me, self-defense and what to do in certain situations. So it literally does not make sense to me that Whiteley got the two guys or that he could even get two more guys at the same time. So it just doesn't make sense that he could kill two people at once or that, he could do it. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I guess that was what he was trying to do. And the thing is, how did he know Theo and Adam would be there? Is he the one that's been stalking Adam? Is he the one that sent him that message and heavy breathed in it? It's just so weird, and I honestly think Whiteley is stalking Adam because he saw him in that hospital, or he saw him in the hospital when he went to go be with Hannah during her checkup. So he has seen him, he knows him, and he knows he's been spitting around the things about the killer. So yeah, absolutely. Patchouli Joe says, Mr. Whiteley reminds me of the Riddler in the Batman, and I am here for it. Yes, the new Riddler. I haven't seen the new Batman yet, but I'm going to. I just saw Nope. So that was a mistake. My sweet husband rented it for me for the weekend, and we had to return it. That was the mistake. I should have bought it. I should have just bought it. I have every Jordan Peele movie that he has made except for Nope. And I was really wanting to see it so badly. My husband was like, I'm just going to go rent it for us. We couldn't find it at Walmart. We didn't want a digital copy, and we didn't want to wait for Amazon to send the movie. He was like, I'm just going to rent it for you. Yeah, big mistake. We had to take it back. And I'm over here like, don't take it back. I want it. He says, well, you can keep it, but it's $20 from Redbox. I'm like, take it back. I'll get it off of Amazon for like $9.99 on Blu-ray. It's so crazy. So yeah. Mrs. T says, with the help of Big Daddy, Whiteley can do anything. See, I think Whiteley, Big Daddy's going to go after Whiteley at some point, especially if Big Daddy is Patrick. So yeah, I don't know. But again, guys, Allie's asking, is Cookie okay? I hear barking. He's in the hallway outside of my bedroom. And he's barking because he's like, let me in. Which I'm just about to. So yes. He's so silly. But yes, that Cookie's perfectly fine. He just wants attention to get in, but he's about to. Yes, R.I.P. Leslie. I miss him so much. Leslie Jordan was an icon. Beverly Leslie, from Will and Grace. Well. I have been watching Leslie Jordan since his early career, Yeah. R.I.P. to him. Heaven gained a wonderful person, and I am jealous of them. Arnie says, Patchouli Joe, LOL, I meant Broadway. Oh, thanks for not coming for me. Okay, so you guys were laughing. Chase says, I hope Geno's might might be the final guy that survives. I hope so too. So I am going to go on ahead. Oh, Ali says my cat Snickers does the same until he realizes that I make videos, which luckily for him, I haven't done in a while. That is so sweet. Okay, so I'm going to go on ahead and start wrapping up the stream. We have literally 2 hours and 10 minutes until AHS NYC episode 7 and 8 air. And don't forget, the link is in the comments. You guys can absolutely check it. The link is also in the Freaks of AHS. You can get it there. I post it in a lot of different places so you guys can absolutely watch, because that's what I do. I'm pissed. I'm not that I have to wait until, I don't mind waiting until 2 a.m. I don't even mind waiting until 11 a.m. But freaking Hulu has been so drunk. I even told you guys, I think the problem with last week was that one episode aired. Okay, so episode 6 aired at 9 p.m. that Wednesday on Hulu. And then episode 5 aired the next day. And it didn't make sense. Why would episode 6 be aired before episode 5? It didn't make any sense. Hulu was drunk. So thank goodness for the link. I was actually able to watch it. And then the next day, once Hulu actually had them up, I can go back and rewatch and rewatch and rewatch. And I just want to let you guys know that is a good tip for being able to stream on that platform. Close all your browsers. Close them all of your tabs, everything. Close it all down, restart your phone. Make sure your phone's powered. Same thing with your phone, with your computer. Same thing with your computer. Close out all your tabs, all games, everything, and shut it all down. Give it a few minutes, restart it, okay? And then after everything is restarted and pulled back up, then watch AHS NYC. You'll have less buffering and you'll have less problems whenever you watch it. I know whenever I watched it last week, I was out in the garage for the last 10 minutes because it was, almost 11 o'clock and everybody was asleep and I didn't want to bother them. So I went on ahead and I got up and I went outside to finish watching it. And I'm outside and I'm so far away from the router, it starts buffering. And I'm like, no, because we're right there in the last few seconds of episode 6 when Whiteley took Henry, and it's buffering, and I'm like, no! So I had to get up and go right straight to the router, so that way I could be a little closer. But those are my tips. Stay near your router, clean your tabs, clean your browser, do all that stuff. Yeah, absolutely, and you'll be able to watch it so much easier tonight. So you guys have a great time watching. I will see you all tomorrow for reviews, and I will definitely start doing Beyond the Horrors as well. I need to start with episode 4, so we're probably just gonna do 30-minute episodes, and then boom, boom, boom until we all catch up. So not you guys, me catch up. So, so if you guys are here for the AHST, it is all over. Thank you so much for being here. On a personal note, I just want to say I know I've been so behind, guys, and I'm so sorry. AHS started literally right after my dad passed away, and he's only been gone 4.5 months. And that's still hard for me, and I'm his daughter. I can only imagine how hard it is for my mom and my brothers. So it's just been very difficult sometimes because I'll have sad dad days, which is what me and my husband call them now, because he's really sweet. He was picking up on that energy, and he thought I was upset with him. But I would let him know, look, I'm sorry. I'm just really sad about my dad. So we call them sad dad days. So that way he knows that I need love, hugs, and kisses, and scary movies. So that's our little code word, for letting him know. But it's been really hard to do the videos and to have the desire to want to do them. It would be nice this season if I could just honestly sit back a little bit and just watch it rather than have to review on it. But that would still take the fun out of everything. And I don't think I would really enjoy that as much. I think I would regret not reviewing AHS. So I'm just trying to keep up and do things that I won't regret not doing later. So yes. So I just want to thank you all for your patience, and especially that Saturday when I didn't do the Beyond the Horrors. My kids, I was so sad that day. It was a Saturday. I was so sad that day. I was crying. And my kids were like, let's watch movies and eat popcorn together. because they wanted to be with me and help pull me out of my anxiety and my sadness. And I was like, that's fantastic. So we watched movies, ate popcorn, got sick off pizza and shakes. And the next thing I know, it is 8:50. And I'm like, my live streams. And I totally forgot. So yeah, you guys, your love, your support, your kindness, and your patience has not gone unnoticed. I just want to thank you all for it and just let you know I really appreciate it. And yeah, and I know I'm not the only person to lose somebody out there. Allie, I am so sorry that you lost your Aunt Linda. She passed February. You know, this is so terrible for all of us, especially who are going through losing somebody. So again, I really appreciate you guys having a lot of patience and kindness with me. I hope you know that I feel the same for you. And if anybody ever needs to talk, I am definitely here. So thank you all so much again for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting my channel. You are all the best. I love you all, and I will see you all tomorrow because AHS is tonight. AHS is tonight. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see what happens. I'm so excited. Are you excited? Because I'm really